In example 1, a line with the slope of -2 passes through the coordinate points 0, -9, and -7 something. We have to determine the value of c, that something. Do yourself a quick favor and let's label our numbers. The slope of a line is always m. It is symbolized with the letter m. We remember from previous lessons that coordinate points are always given to us, always written in the order of x and then y. We know that the first point given to us is point 1, so we have x1 and y1, while the second point given to us is point 2, and thus we have x2 and y2. From the introduction, we remember that from a previous lesson that the slope of a line is this particular equation of m equals the quantity of y2 minus y1 over the quantity of x2 minus x1. And it is wise to set up your framework so that we can easily drop in our numbers. Let's do that now. So our slope, m, is that of -2. Our y2 value is our unknown of c. Our y1 value is that of -9. So yes, you do have two negatives side by side, and that's just fine. Our x2 value is -7. And finally, our x1 value is 0. Let's go use the nsolve property in the NSPIRE calculator to help us find the value of c, remembering that here at the end of the line in our calculator, before we hit enter, while still inside of the parentheses, we will have to type a comma and the letter, the variable that we are hunting for, and that is c. Let's walk through the steps in the calculator together. Starting all the way at the beginning on the home screen of the NSPIRE, I go to the calculator app, bringing me up to a clean blank page. Let's, as in step 2, push menu. Step 3 tells us to go to algebra. Step 4 says choose numerical solve. And thus nsolve appears on your screen. Inside of the parentheses, we are going to type all of this equation. Let's do that now. We have -2 equaling this big fraction. If you don't know how to make this big fraction on the NSPIRE, you push the control and then you push divide. That makes a nice big fraction that you can then fill in with your variable and symbols and numbers. So we are looking for c minus a -9. All of that quantity will be divided by -7 minus 0. I appear to have a smudge on my screen. Let's clean that off. So now that I have my equation filled in, we're going to make a full-size blinker by arrowing over here to the right, but it is still inside of the parentheses. It is here that we type a comma, which is down at the bottom left of the keyboard of your NSPIRE, and then we push C because that is the variable that we are hunting for. Close your parentheses, hit enter, and there it is. We have found very nicely, using the NSPIRE, that the missing value that we need, C, is equal to 5. So that's a really great use of the tools that you are allowed to use, especially as we prepare for the STAR test. As I said earlier, I am mostly interested in, do you know how to set up the appropriate values in your equation? And then we'll let the calculator do the hard work, the heavy lifting for us. So C is equal to 5, and there you go.